The Story of a Midsummer Night's Dream. This story starts in the courtroom of Duke Theseus in Athens. Aegeus is having trouble with his daughter, so he brings her to the Duke seeking help. Aegeus's daughter Hermia does not want to marry Demetrius, the man to whom her father has promised her in marriage.
"But Hermia, why do you not wish to marry Demetrius?"
the Duke asked. "I'm in love with Lysander the poet, and cannot imagine my life with any other man," Hermia replied. But the law back then said that fathers were allowed to make their daughters marry anyone they wanted them to, so the only other choice for Hermia would be to become a nun and marry no man at all. Since the Duke gave Hermia little choice, that night she decided to run away from Athens with Lysander. They ran and ran deep into the woods, making promises of eternal love to each other. While they are in the woods, they hear someone approaching. Could it be someone who's come to arrest them, they think? But no, it is only Hermia's best friend, Helena. Helena is sad because she loves Demetrius, and he is in love with Hermia. Hermia wishes Demetrius would love Helena in return. Then Hermia could marry Lysander, and all their problems would be solved. The fairies that live in the woods are also having problems. Oberon, the king of the fairies, is angry at his queen, Titania. She is taking care of a little human boy, and Oberon wants to take the boy to be his helper. Titania won't let him, so Oberon decides to play a trick on her. He asks his assistant Puck to find a magical flower whose juices are supposed to make a person fall in love with the first thing they see.
"Use the flower on Titania, Puck," Oberon says. "That way she will totally forget about that little boy."
As the night begins to fall, the lovers from Athens are lost in the woods. Lysander and Hermia are still trying to run away while Demetrius chases them, and Helena follows, begging Demetrius to love her in return. Demetrius is mean to Helena and says, "Helena, I will never love you. Forget about me." Helena is terribly sad and starts to cry. What Helena doesn't know is that the magical Puck is watching, and feeling sorry for her, decides to help her later. In the meanwhile, in another part of the woods, a group of laborers is practicing a play to perform for Duke Theseus on his wedding day. A man by the name of Nick Bottom is by far the loudest and funniest of them all. He is also a bit of a show-off and wants to play all the parts. Puck watches Nick Bottom and thinks it would be funny to make Queen Titania fall in love with him. Because Puck loves funny things, he decides to cast a spell and turns Nick Bottom's head into a donkey's head. When his friends see him with a donkey head, they are scared and run away screaming, leaving poor Nick Bottom alone in the woods. Nearby, at that very moment, Titania, the queen of the fairies, is just waking up from the noise being made, so Puck quickly drops the magic juices into her eyes. When she fully awakes, she sees Nick Bottom, donkey head and all, and instantly falls in love with him. The two decide to take a nap in the woods together, while Puck, on his way back to King Oberon, finds Lysander and Hermia asleep. Puck is confused and thinks that Lysander is the man who needs the love drops. So Puck puts the love drops in Lysander's eyes just as Helena is coming toward them into the clearing. Now Lysander is in love with Helena. Helena is very confused, and Hermia is very mad. She thinks her best friend has stolen her boyfriend. Puck doesn't know what to do, so trying to fix the situation, he finds Demetrius and puts some love drops in his eyes too. So now Demetrius loves Helena as well. Helena is angry. She thinks the men are teasing her, while Hermia tries to fight Helena for stealing Lysander, and Oberon is mad at Puck for making so many mistakes.
"You'll have to stay up all night and fix this mess,"
Oberon says to Puck. And so he does. When the lovers wake up in the morning, Lysander loves Hermia, and Demetrius loves Helena. The lovers think that all the events that have happened must have been nothing more than a dream. Everyone is happy, and they go back to Athens to tell Aegeus and Duke Theseus. The Duke is delighted to see that everything has been settled, and decides to make a group wedding. In the meanwhile, Oberon reverses the spells on both Titania and Nick Bottom, who decides that he too must have been dreaming this whole time. No longer wearing a donkey's head, Nick Bottom heads back to Athens to perform the play with his friends for the group wedding. Once there, and given the lack of preparation, the play is so terribly performed that the audience thinks it's meant to be a comedy, and they laugh and clap all night long. The end.